Okay, let's dive into something really powerful. We're going to break down a system from David Prorick that solves a problem I think we all have. How do you turn those amazing ideas you have in conversations into something real, something that actually grows? We're talking about a living knowledge platform. But first, let me ask you this. Think about that last great brainstorming session you had, or maybe a really insightful client call. Where did all those incredible ideas actually go? Can you even remember them now? Yeah, for most of us, this is just the reality, right? The best stuff, it's just so temporary. It gets lost in the noise of back-to-back calls, it's forgotten literally minutes after a meeting wraps up, or it just vanishes. It's such a massive waste of creative energy. But what if it didn't have to be like that? I mean, what if there was a repeatable system, a framework to grab every single one of those ideas, polish them up, and turn them into assets that actually work for you? Well, guess what? There is. All right, so here's our game plan. We're going to start with this lost idea problem, and then we'll walk step by step through the 5 stages of the framework: capture, clarify, create, amplify, and the final one, evolve. So let's jump right in with stage 1, capture everything. This is the absolute foundation. None of the other stuff works without this. The goal here is simple, but it is a total game changer. We want to make our conversations permanent. We're literally turning those fleeting words into knowledge assets that you can search for, you can reference, and you can build on later. The bottom line, no idea gets left behind, ever. So how do you actually do it? Well, the key is using a tool you probably already have, Zoom, plus its AI companion. Just by recording your calls, you can get an automatic transcript of everything. Every client call, every team brainstorm. It all becomes the raw material for your knowledge ecosystem. Okay, so now you've got this mountain of raw transcripts. It's kind of a mess, right? So what's next? Well, that brings us to stage 2, clarify the chaos. This is where we start to shape all that raw stuff into something valuable. So the whole objective here is to bring some order to that chaos. We're taking messy, raw text and turning it into a structured, compelling story. You can think of this as the essential bridge that gets you from raw data to polished, ready-to-share ideas. And this slide lays out the process perfectly. It's a 1-2 punch. First, you feed those transcripts into an AI tool like ChatGPT to pull out the key themes and organize everything into a logical story. Then, you take that structured text and pop it into a tool like Emma, and boom, it builds professional slides for you. From chaos to clarity, just like that. Now that you have a clear story and some killer slides, you're all set for stage 3, create polished content. This is where your ideas really become a tangible thing that you can share with the world. So what's the goal here? It's to turn those clarified ideas into evergreen video content, an asset that shares your expertise with people all over the world, 24/7. It's literally working for you while you sleep. How cool is that? And actually doing it is incredibly simple. You just pull up your Gamma slides, fire up Zoom again, and you record yourself giving the presentation. Then you upload that video to a platform like YouTube, and there you have it. You've just created a permanent piece of content for your library. All right, so you're making content, which is great. But how do you build a whole ecosystem around it? Well, that leads us right into stage 4, amplify your reach. The goal of amplification is really to bring everything together into one place. This is where you go from just being a content creator to actually building a cohesive and, potentially monetizable experience. You're building what David Prorick calls a living website. And you can see the key parts of that living website right here. You use a platform, Lovable is the example used here, to be the home for all your content. Then you can create different membership tiers, and you package your knowledge into real offerings like courses or consulting. This slide just sums up the journey so far perfectly. You see that transformation? You started with just a conversation, which became a raw transcript. That got refined into structured ideas and slides, which you turned into a polished video. And now, that video is a living asset at the center of your whole knowledge platform. But wait, the system doesn't stop there. The final stage is, you could argue, the most important one of all. This is stage 5, evolve and grow. This is where the whole thing starts to improve itself. The whole goal here is to create a feedback loop. You're going to take all the engagement you get, the comments, questions, the analytics, and use it as fuel to refine your content and grow your entire platform. And the process is this simple, beautiful cycle. You analyze the feedback from your content,
Then you use those insights to refine your thinking, which informs your next conversation. And as you keep doing this, your content, your offerings, your entire platform just keeps evolving and growing.
I absolutely love this quote from the source material because it just nails it. This stage closes the loop. It turns your platform from just a collection of stuff into a living organism, one that literally gets smarter and more valuable every single time you go through this cycle.
And there it is, the entire workflow in one single view. It's a continuous, self-powering loop. A conversation becomes a transcript, which becomes slides, then a video, then a web asset. And the feedback from that asset fuels your next conversation, starting the whole cycle over again, only better this time.
And it's important to give credit where it's due. This entire powerful framework was developed by David Prorock. He's an expert at helping people build exactly these kinds of scalable content systems using AI. So that really just leaves one final question for you. Now that you have the blueprint, the 5 stages to go from a simple conversation to a living, breathing ecosystem, what will your living knowledge platform become?